Historic McCaslin Fieldhouse in Norman, Oklahoma, and fans filing in to watch two of the top 3 teams in the country so far this very young gymnastics season. It's the second-ranked Oklahoma Sooners hosting the third-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. Oklahoma, an unbeaten string in this venue that dates back to 2007. It covers 62 consecutive meets and 73 straight opponents. But it will be a test tonight as the Sooners will be challenged by this Illinois team that's gotten much better under 3 seasons with head coach Daniel Ribeiro. The Sooners are headlined by head coach Mark Williams, the Hall of Famer, who's in his 26th season. And alongside the former Sooner, Matt Wensky, I'm Chad McKee. The numbers tell the story. This should be a very close meet as you look at the overall national average scores. They're separated by just 1 total point. Right. Do you expect that this will be a very close meet here tonight?
I mean, I really do. I think if both of these teams come out here and, do what they're planning to do, which is hit routines and execute cleanly, I think it's going to be a really close competition. Both of these teams, have a lot of depth. They have a lot of talent. I think it's really just going to come down tonight to who hits more routines.
Oklahoma will get the chance to start on one of its strongest events. They are #1 in the country on floor exercise, and that is where this meet will start here this evening. The Sooners ranked #2 in a couple of other events. And the warm-ups have started. If you have not watched any men's collegiate gymnastics this season, a couple of huge changes, quite honestly, in the sport. Matt, let's start with the 4-up, 4-count format. First thing is you no longer get to drop a score. How much more challenging has that made things, and how does it change the dynamic of the competition?
Right, so I mean, used to in the past, the way the season would be, or the way the format was, is it would be 6 routines up, 5 of those scores would count. So now that it's 4 up, 4 count, every single routine matters, and so that puts the pressure on these guys from the very beginning of the season all the way to the very end of it, and it really emphasizes how important hitting routines is, because one fall, especially when you got 2 teams like this tonight who are so close and evenly matched, one fall can make or break the whole results.
And the other major change is the scoring system. Now, it's still an open-ended scoring system. In other words, it's not on a 10-point scale or a 12-point scale, but the routines are a little bit reduced, eliminating maybe some of the elements, but that doesn't mean the challenging elements won't still be there. You are encouraged to do that, in particular, a lot of times with your dismount. So how does the scoring change?
Yeah, so I mean, I think with this, scores that we're going to see are going to be a little bit lower than we've seen in seasons past, and that's simply just due to the fact that there's 8 skill routines now compared to 10 skill routines, which is what it was in the past. And so with it just being 8, the scores are going to be a little bit lower, but we're still going to get to see some really high-flying, exciting gymnastics tonight.
And we are underway. On the floor exercise, it is Matthew Burgoyne out there first, the senior from Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
And that's exactly what the Sooners are looking for right there, those clean, stuck landings. So important for these guys to try to minimize those landing deductions because they really add up. Showing off some strength right there. And this is a new change to the rules. So that skill right there, it's called a scale. And so now every athlete on floor is now required to do a skill called a scale. So they have to do that at some point in their routine. Another nice connection from Matt Burgoyne. Stuck landing to finish it off. Great performance to start the Sooners off here tonight.
Well, that's one of 2 events in which we will see Matt Burgoyne tonight. He was out with a concussion, but he is back in the lineup and looking strong in the leadoff position for Oklahoma. We swing now over to Hassan Idodu, freshman from Carlstadt, New Jersey. And he's an all-arounder, will be at some point during his career. Made his debut in the Windy City Open, which Illinois won last week over 4th-ranked Michigan.
And the Illini are so good on pommel horse. They have a lot of talent, a lot of depth on this event. And so I would expect this to be a high-scoring event for the Fighting Illini here tonight.
In fact, Illinois #1 in the country coming in. Now, that's just through 1 event for them.
I really just like his rhythm. He's kept the same pace the entire time. Doesn't look like he's tired or anything. Really nice form, great dismount. And that's exactly what the Illini were looking for to start their competition off here tonight. Both teams off to a really, really fantastic start.
Idodu, one of the freshmen on this roster for third-year head coach Daniel Ribeiro. Illinois had a team score of 54-800 at the Windy City Open, and that has them #1 nationally. One of 2 rotations on which the Illini are ranked #1. They're also #1 on vault. You see the Sooners set for their second gymnast here on the floor exercise. That'll be Arthur Ballon, the redshirt freshman from Lyon, France. He won the vault against Air Force in Oklahoma's season debut here at McCaslin Fieldhouse. He has gotten used to the Oklahoma system, changed his body a good deal since arriving in Norman as well.
And I just imagine that had to be quite difficult, you know, for him to adjust to the training program here in Oklahoma. You know, coming all the way from France to now come to the United States, to Oklahoma of all places. And so I bet it's been an interesting dynamic for him, but it seems like he's adjusting great and doing some really impressive gymnastics. Another stuck landing. You could tell he wanted that stick right there, too. So far, this routine is looking really good. Very nice connection pass. I mean, and his landings are just incredible. It's like he's got glue on his feet. Wow, great performance from Arthur Ballon.
So Arthur Ballon follows a 13-8 score for Matthew Burgoyne. Also a 13-800 for Hassan Idodu for Illinois on the pommel horse. Let's look back here.
Huge double layout. You can tell he almost took a hop back, but managed to save it. Great performance from him.
Now Ian Sandoval on the pommel horse, freshman from Frisco, Texas.
Really difficult skill right there. Makes it look effortless. Really nice single pommel work. Looked like he got just a little ahead of himself, but now he's back on track. Then some beautiful flare work. This routine's looking really good. Wow, and that was great. Could tell that dismount almost got away from him, but manages to save it, and great performance from him. The Illini are going to be happy with that.
He's a past junior national team member.
And then you could just see right there, the dismount just flies up. Looks like he got a little off balance at the very end, but didn't faze him too much.
Ian Sandoval competed in the all-around, making his Illini debut last week. He'll go in the all-around again tonight, as will his teammate Sam Phillips. There are no Oklahoma Sooners in the all-around tonight. Oklahoma's still getting fully healthy. They're without Fuzzy Bennis. Once again tonight, he hasn't gone yet this year. Fuzzy Bennis battling a thumb injury and still a few weeks away perhaps from his debut in 2025. Brigham friend the way for Oklahoma. Arthur Ballon just scored a 13-9.
And huge double layout with the full twist there from Brigham. Nice front, double front. You get to see some flare work, bringing aspects of the pommel horse over to the floor. And all of the athletes, they're required to have a non-acrobatic element, which is, you know, like that press to handstand we just saw right there, that covers that element group. Great connection pass from Brigham. And then here's that scale that it's a new rule that the gymnasts are required to have in their routines now. And the other new change to the rules on floor is all the gymnasts have to do a double flipping dismount. So in the past, you know, guys a lot of times would do twisting dismounts, you know, like a triple twist, something of that nature. But now it's in the code of points now that they have to do 2 flips, whether that be 2 by themselves or 2 with the twist. So that's why we'll be seeing a lot of guys doing the double pike dismount here tonight.
Brigham Frenthaway has won the floor exercise in each of the first 2 meets this season for the Sooners. Is this one good enough to get him a title once again tonight, Matt?
I mean, I think it's going to be close. It's definitely going to put him up there. I think his start value is higher than what both of his teammates were that already went ahead of him. And so it's going to be close, but I think he can break that 14.
Here's Preston Nye, sophomore from Elk Grove, California. And he had a career high on the pommel horse and the still rings last week.
And it is just unbelievable how good these Illinois guys are at pommel horse. I mean, they just make it look easy.
We are seeing early, I mean, he made it look easy. And the reaction said, I know I made it look easy.
Right. I mean, they came to play here tonight.
The #1 pommel horse team in the country so far, looking every bit the part.
I mean, right there, that dismount, it just flies up like he's weightless. And by doing 2 spins down the horse, it gives him a little bit extra difficulty value, which makes his start value that much higher than his opponents.
So Brigham Frenthaway's score was a 13.45, which is actually the lowest for Oklahoma so far. And now the 4th and final man up, Emory Dodanley.
You know, and that's a little surprising with Brigham's score, but I think it's just due to some of the landings. You know, he had some big hops and things like that, and so that would most likely kind of explain where those deductions came from.
With the new code of points, little minor mistakes are going to be a little more magnified. Do you feel like the little hops, the little steps?
I mean, I think so, just because the scores already are going to be lower, you know, and so that makes all of those little tenths of deductions add up, and it really does make them that much more important. You know, there's been times where a full meet will be completed and a team will lose by just 1/10, you know, and so every single tenth really does count. And Emory is doing a very impressive floor routine right here. Really high difficulty and really well executed. Big double layout for a dismount, just a small hop on the landing. He's going to be happy with that one. Great performance from Emory Dodanley.
So that's it, the 4 up, and all 4 will count for Oklahoma. We will get the score for Emory in just a moment, but our final competitor is Brandon Dang on the pommel horse. Keep an eye on this routine. He is #1 in the country on this. He was the 2024 Big Ten pommel horse champion and an All-American on this rotation a season ago.
And he is just phenomenal on this event. You know, he has really, really great extension in his hips. You can see how high his legs are above the pommels. He does these really hard skills, makes them look easy. Looks like he's just floating up there. Really impressive travel work being done. Just gearing up for the dismount. That dismount, it's almost like he flew up a little too fast. Looked like the spin down the pommel horse got a little bit away from him, but won't be too costly of a mistake. Great performance from Brandon Dang. And that's exactly, you know, what the Illini were looking for to start this competition off with. You know, it's 4 up, 4 count. They had 4 routines. Every single guy hit. They all did good dismounts. Really, really impressive start from the Illini.
And a little slap of skin there from head coach Daniel Ribeiro. There's Brigham Frenthaway for Oklahoma. 13.45. Felt like it was a little bit low for him. Have not seen Emory Dodanley's score just yet for Oklahoma, but set to go here is Sam Phillips. This will not count toward the Illini team total for Sam Phillips, just for his competition in the all-around. And as we said earlier, his only competitor in the all-around tonight is his teammate, Ian Sandoval. He won the all-around at the Windy City Open It's Sam Phillips, fifth-year gymnast out of West Hills, California. He's a transfer from Nebraska in his second season at Illinois. A guy who's been very good for the culture. Daniel Ribeiro told us he's just been great. And he said they're careful about who they bring into the program. Wanted to make sure it was a fit, and he has. Big personality who has become a leader on this team. Emery Dodanley's score 14:05, the high score on the floor exercise for Oklahoma.
And the last competitor on pommel horse, Sam Phillips.
And the score for Brandon Dang just posted there, 14-5, the high score on pommel horse.
Some nice flare work to get this routine started. Got just a little bobble in the middle of that skill right there, but managed to get back on track. Just the dismount. And that was a good performance from Sam Phillips. And he looks happy. Rightfully so. A little celebration dance.
So he's feeling good about that first spot. Again, that will not count toward the Illini overall team score, just in his score in the all-around tonight.
And I believe Sam Phillips is on every single other event for the Illini, going to be counting for them, you know. And so with them having such so much talent on their team for pommel horse, you know, it's really hard to make it onto that lineup. And Sam just did a great performance. I think a lot of teams around the country could use a routine like that. And so I just think that speaks volumes about the Illinois guys, you know, and how much talent they really do have for this event.
So just how good was that pommel horse rotation for Illinois, Matt? They were #1 in the country coming into this with a score of 54-8. This score tonight was 1 4/10 better than what they did in being the #1 team in the country. Big time type of opening performance from the Illini on the pommel horse.
Yeah. I mean, you could see it right here. You know, out of the 4 guys that they just had go, 2 of their guys broke into the 14s, which that's a really, really big score on pommel horse. You know, and some of the top guys in the entire country on this event struggled to get a 14. So the fact that 2 out of their 4 guys just got, you know, 14.2 and a 14.5, I mean, they came to play.
It will be hard to top as well the 14.5 from Brandon Dang when Oklahoma hops on the pommel horse here in just a second. So you total it all up, and after one rotation, the Illini have a full 1-point lead. And we told you that the last 4 meets between these programs have been very, very close. In fact, the average margin of victory is just a little over 1 point, and they've split those 4 meets that they have competed against one another. Now, some of them were quads, and some of them were more full-scale events, not just one-on-one, not just a duel between the 2 teams. But it's 2-2 in the last 4, and it shapes up to be really close once again here tonight so far.
Yeah, I think this is going to definitely be an interesting one. I think, again, if both of these teams compete up to their potential and they both hit 100%, it's going to be really, really close. It's going to come down to that last routine.
So as they go through warm-ups, it is Twisters night here at McCaslin Fieldhouse. And we've got a lot of twisting and turning, but it's kind of honoring the National Weather Service. The home office is just down the road, just down Jenkins Road here in Norman, and fans given replica kind of throwback hats as they come through the gates tonight. Nice festive atmosphere. We've got a good crowd as well, Matt.
Yeah, you know, I love having all the fans here, and the field house is such a fun environment to compete in, you know, and the main reason for that is because of the audience and the fans and the energy they bring. And so I love having a big crowd, and glad people came out tonight and got to have a little fun with getting to meet the Storm Chasers.
You know, 73 consecutive meets or opponents without being defeated in this building for Oklahoma going back to 2007. You have talked about it before. You were part of extending that streak.
Yeah.
There's a pressure that comes along with it.
Big time.
And let's talk about the way that this meet has started. Now Oklahoma, it's rare that Oklahoma after one rotation is even down. And you've got the 4 up, 4 count, which adds to a little bit to the pressure. So, Mark Williams wants to see what his guys have in the tank. He wants to see what his team is all about.
Absolutely.
This is the kind of test that Oklahoma wants, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys, they tend to thrive off of the pressure, and they knew coming into this competition, it was going to be a dogfight. They knew it was going to be really, really close. But, one thing I remember that the coaches would always harp on when I was on the team was that you guys need to stay within yourselves. It doesn't matter what the other team is doing, how they're performing. You just go in, focus on what your job is, execute to the best of your ability. The results will speak for themselves, and so I hope that that's what these guys are doing. It seems like it is. I doubt that they're even phased right now since they're trailing a little bit, but I know that they're locked in and know that they need to show up here on this next event.
Set for rotation number 2, Oklahoma to the pommel horse. The Sooners' national average is 52.050. They are 9th best in the country. In fact, it's the lowest ranking on any of the 6 rotations that Oklahoma has. You see some of the special routines. There's Zach Nunez, career high is 14-8. Now that was under the larger scoring system of previous years, but an All-American on the pommel horse. I think the guy that you watch for Oklahoma as well is Ignacio Yakers.
Absolutely. Ignacio, I think, is one of the best athletes in the world on pommel horse, and so he's going to be right up there with Brandon Dang in that routine that we just saw. So it'll be interesting to see who takes home that pommel horse title tonight.
So the Illini underway on floor exercise. They are number 3 in the country, average of 53.3, and Nathan Whitaker is up first.
And huge double front right there with the, he kicked out, could see the landing. You can tell he's really fighting for all these landings, really trying to get those sticks. Nice connection pass right there. Nicely done. And then huge double pike right there. You can tell he wanted that stick. Kicked out, tried to get that stuck landing, but just barely got away from him. Really good performance from Nathan Whitaker.
Nathan Whitaker is 8th nationally on floor exercise after opening week. He's a freshman from Lexington, Kentucky, and now to Oklahoma. And Kelton Christensen leading things off on the pommel horse. The junior from Arvada, Colorado, same hometown as the great Olympian Yul Moldau from Oklahoma.
And Kelton's been a great addition to this Sooner squad. Ever since he's been on this team, he's been able to contribute almost immediately, and he's continued to do that year after year after year with the Sooners. And that first guy up is so important on pommel horse, because they're the momentum starter. And right there, we just got a great routine from Kelton Christensen. Beautiful, beautiful performance from him. It's exactly what the Sooners were needing.
He missed the meet with Air Force with an injury, so this is his debut in McCasland Fieldhouse for the season. Came back in the Rocky Mountain Open, and a guy that's got every drop of talent out of him. He went from walk-on to a scholarship athlete on this Oklahoma team.
Yeah, and I think that just kind of speaks volumes about Kelton, and how hard of a worker he is. He's extremely dedicated, very disciplined, works really hard. He's a really, really good leader for the Sooner squad.
So Nathan Whitaker had a 13.35 to start things for Illinois on the floor. Here's Ian Sandoval.
It's a nice front double pike to get the routine started. Really nice double-double. It's 2 flips with 2 twists. Some nice flare work. Ooh, and he just barely saved that one. Looked like he over-rotated that first skill just a little too much. Managed to save it, though. All right, and just the dismount coming up. Another double pike. A little hoppy on the landing right there at the very end, but I mean, overall, that was a very good performance from Ian Sandoval. I think just moving forward, he'll probably look to just clean up some of those landings, but overall, it's very well executed in the air.
You see some of the scores being posted. A 13.050 for Kelton Christensen. Here is Tyler Flores for Oklahoma.
Some nice single pommel work. Some nice travels down the horse. And that was a very good performance from Tyler Flores. Had a few minor deductions throughout it where I just noticed his feet separating a little bit, but had good rhythm, good extension in his hips throughout the whole routine. Dismount flew right up to handstand. Overall, really, really good performance from him.
So Kelton Christensen already posted a season-high 13.05 for Oklahoma on the pommel horse. We've seen Nathan Whitaker and Ian Sandoval on floor for the Illini. Sandoval with a 13.3. And Whitaker had a 13.35. As you see, next up will be Amari Sewell, senior from Bowie, Maryland, transfer from Iowa. Big on the vault. We'll see him later on tonight on vault, but he's giving it a go on the floor exercise as well.
Competing next on the floor for Illinois, Amari Sewell.
Huge front double pike to start the routine off. And then there's a double-double again. Really nicely done. Nice back 2.5, connected to a front layout. Ooh, you can tell right there, just that first skill and that connection pass was just a little slightly under-rotated. Had to fight a little bit to save it. Then big double pike again to finish off the routine. Another good performance from the Illini.
Well, we've already seen Oklahoma on pommel horse with a little rebound. We'll see about this floor exercise routine from Sewell. What do you see here?
And that was just a very, very nicely done floor routine from Sewell.
So Amari Sewell third up. Sam Phillips will be the last to go. We move over to Oklahoma and Zach Nunez. The Sooners already have season-high scores on the horse from Christensen and Flores. Here's Nunez, veteran, has been very good on this event for many years.
And Zach has the potential to score really, really high on this event. He's very clean. He has great extension. He has a really good rhythm. You know, and Zach's kind of like how we were talking about with some of those Illinois guys. You know, they do some of these really difficult skills and make it look effortless. And that's exactly what Zach's doing here right now. Really jam-packed routine, great dismount. Awesome performance from the Sooners right there.
Well, he was the national runner-up on pommel horse in 2022 and an All-American again in 2023.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why right there. He is one of the best in the whole entire country on this event. No questions about it.
Another big boost there. Final competitor here on floor exercise, Sam Phillips. Nope, it'll be Brandon Dang.
Next on the floor for Illinois, Sam Phillips.
That is Sam Phillips. They've got Brandon Dang listed there. Sam Phillips will be the final competitor up. They just posted Amari Sewell with a 13-2 prior to this.
Huge double layout with a full twist for his first pass. And really difficult connection pass right there from Sam. Nicely done, press to handstand. Wow, that was a very, very huge Arabian double pike. You can tell he's wanting these stuck landings, rushing it just a little bit. And then here we go for the dismount.
Stuck
Ooh,
it.
Wow, he got it. I mean, that was fun to watch. I mean, he's just a powerhouse. Every single one of those tumbling passes. I mean, it was sky high. Really, really fun to watch.
Lots of energy and enthusiasm at the end, and rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right there on his dismount, he had enough time to kick out, spot the ground, see the landing coming, and then just was patient. Nice stuck landing.
The anchor position, Sam Phillips looking strong. And we are back over to Oklahoma on the pommel horse, and one of the best in the country here. He is healthy enough to go, Ignacio Yakers, though he's been battling a wrist injury.
You know, and we talked with Coach Williams before this, and Ignacio's actually capable of doing a harder routine than what he's showing here tonight. But they just want to be a little bit more conservative because it's still early in the season, protect his injury, make sure that he's good for later down the road.
Well, he was pretty good tonight.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, that's not a surprise. It's just what Ignacio Yakers does every single week. I feel like you could just count on him to put up a great performance, and yet again, another one.
You see why he was third nationally in 2023 on the pommel horse?
Just a beautiful dismount. Again, just like how we were talking about with Brandon Dang, you know, on his dismount, he does 2 spins down the horse. And Ignacio does the same thing, and it just shows their excellency at it, you know, and how good they are. They're experts at their craft.
Ignacio Yakers was the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Specialist of the Year 2 seasons ago on the pommel horse, and he had the highest score in the country of anyone that year. And already good this season so far, runner-up at the Rocky Mountain Open, and he won the pommel horse title against Air Force. We'll see what that routine scored him. Was it a little bit, tiny bit scaled down for him tonight over what you might typically see?
Yeah, you know, and so that's just kind of what I was saying a little bit ago, just with his wrist injury. They just want to make sure that moving forward into the season, he's healthy and can actually do the most difficult routine he's capable of performing. And so right now, they just want to play it a little bit more conservatively, make sure that he's just staying healthy. And I mean, and he still posted a 14.3 with a watered-down routine for him. So very, very impressive.
It was a definite bounce back for Oklahoma in that pommel horse rotation there. Their score of 54.75, which is well above what their season average is. In fact, it's actually 2 7/10 higher than what their average score is. And it was 2 3/10 higher than their previous high score. So big time bounce back on pommel horse for Oklahoma tonight, Matt.
Right, you know, and it's pretty crazy. I'm looking at the scores right now, and after 2 events, these teams are dead evenly tied. You know, so it's exactly what we were saying at the beginning of this competition. If both teams come out and do what they're capable of doing, it's going to be insanely close. And right now, both teams started off 4-hit routines. All of them were executed well, and now we're looking at a tied competition at the moment.
You know, this is what you hope for in an environment like this and in a meet like this. We take a look at the scores and what's transpired so far. Oklahoma solid 55-2 on the floor exercise. That is just a little bit above their season average, and they are the #1 team in the country. But the Pommel Horse, what Illinois did, they already had the high score in the country for the year, and they bettered that greatly here this evening with that 56-2. And Oklahoma to bounce back with their high water mark on the Pommel Horse. So, you know, it's kind of like each side is feeding off the competition here this evening. You start to get that feeling that everybody's like, I got to have my game tonight.
Right. I think everybody is very, very locked in. I know the Illini are really hungry. I know they want to be that first team to beat the Sooners at their home. You know, and the Sooners want to do everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen. And so both teams very, very locked in at the moment. It's making out to be a very exciting competition right now.
So we have some individual event winners tonight. Brandon Dang with a 14.5 will be your winner on the Pommel Horse. And floor exercise won by Emory Dodanley, 14.050. So Emory takes home the floor exercise title. We've had 2 rotations, and we'll just kind of peek in on the all-around so far. Again, it's just Ian Sandoval and Sam Phillips contesting against one another. And it is 25/10ths of a point, the separation, with Ian Sandoval on top of Sam Phillips through 2 rotations. Rotation number 3. And Oklahoma will be on still rings. Brigham Frentheway will lead off. It'll be the vault for the Fighting Illini with Ian Sandoval in the leadoff spot. Kind of feels like the crowd is into it a little bit more tonight, doesn't it?
I agree. You know, they're bringing a lot of energy. They're loud. They're excited. It's just a fun environment to be in right now.
So Oklahoma to the still rings, where they are number 2 in the country on season average, 54.725. And Illinois moving over to the vault, where they are number 1 in the country, 56.950. But once again, Illinois' score is only 1 competition. That was at the Windy City Open. Oklahoma has had 2 competitions. They had their meet with Air Force here in Norman, then they had the Rocky Mountain Open last week, which was won by Stanford. Stanford #1 in the country this week, but it's close by about 1 full point over Oklahoma on average, and then Oklahoma's advantage over Illinois, second, third, is about 1 point. And Stanford has the Stanford Open happening today. They've got Cal and Ohio State for that one. Routines to watch: Francisco Velez Melendez for Oklahoma. He is the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Freshman of the Week. Had a very good Rocky Mountain Open for the Sooners. It's a start value of 5.2 typically, and you see Garrett Schooley, a career high of 14.75 on the vault. He's one of the Big Ten gymnasts to watch on vault. Schooley will be up 3rd in the rotation. And Francisco Velez Melendez will be in the anchor position for Oklahoma on still rings. The Illini play into the camera. Brigham Frentheway. He's an amazing story. He grew 7 inches and gained 30 pounds from the time that Oklahoma started recruiting him. And I asked him before the meet, how much weight have you gained since that time? He said about 50 pounds that he has gained.
It's crazy. It would be so hard, you know. Gymnastics is already difficult as it is, you know, and then with your body changing that much and that drastically, it's just amazing he's able to do what he's able to do. And it's great routine from Brigham and a stuck landing. Great performance to start the Sooners off on rings.
Well, he's top 10 on season average on still rings. He's got the crowd ignited at McCaslin Fieldhouse with that opening routine.
Right here, seeing the dismount again. 2 twists, 2 flips. Seems impossible, but manages to just stop, you know, and get a perfect stuck landing. Really great performance from Brigham Frentheway.
Now Ian Sandoval leading things off on vault. And he is the leader in the all-around after 2 rotations tonight. Whoa.
Wow.
Hung on.
Wow, yes,
I think he got it.
I mean, vault is such a difficult event to get a stuck landing on, much less when it's a blind landing like that. Really, really impressive from Ian Sandoval to get the Illini started off on vault. Really does feel like these teams are just feeding off each other. You know, Illinois saw OU get a stick and said, here, watch this.
Just a little lift to that left heel. But sticky feet for Ian Sandoval. Still haven't seen the initial score for Brigham Frentheway on rings. Matt Burgoyne is set to go. So Burgoyne in the leadoff spot for Oklahoma on floor exercise. Head coach Mark Williams gives him a boost.
Really nice plans to get the routine started, lowering into a Maltese. And the gymnasts, you want to see them be as flat as possible, almost looking like a table. And that looks pretty good. Some nice swing work here. I really like his line on this event. You know, it's really, really nice handstand positions. Really nicely executed. You could tell he almost had that stick, and he really, really wanted it. Just the tiniest of steps backwards. Really, really good performance from Matthew Burgoyne.
Brigham Frentheway had a 13-7 as we move back to the vault for Amari Sewell. It was a career-high 14-3-5-0 for Ian Sandoval to lead off for the Fighting Illini. He continues his very good night, does Sandoval. So here's Amari Sewell, tied for first nationally on vault.
Another huge 2.5. And he almost got a stuck landing right there. Just the tiniest of hops, a little celebration dance afterwards. Really, really good performance from Amari.
Did you have a signature celebration dance after you stuck a vault, Matt?
I can't say I did. I was always one of those guys that would just kind of scream. I feel like dances are becoming more popular for celebrations now.
Hey, I would dance too if I could do it like that.
Right?
I don't mean vault like that, I mean dance like that.
Competing next on the rings for Oklahoma.
You see Brigham Frentheway 13-7. Still haven't seen Burgoyne as we're ready for Tosh Haidu to take his turn in the number 3 spot for the Sooners. Burgoyne a 14-1. Sewell just got a 14 on vault. Back and forth. Anything you can do, I can do better is what this feels like tonight.
This is really fun to watch. Really, really good Maltese position right there from Tosh Haidu. Really nice iron cross. And you can see how he opens his hands on the rings, and that is just to show the judges that he's not using what's known as a false grip. And judges look for that, and it's where the gymnasts will kind of put some of their wrist on top of the ring, and it gives them a little bit more leverage to make some of these strength skills a little bit easier. And so by opening his hands like that, he just says to the judges, hey, I'm not cheating. Just the dismount. Small step back, but overall, really good performance from Tosh.
Oklahoma building momentum. Brigham Frentheway a 13-7. Matt Burgoyne a career high of 14-1-0 on rings. We've already seen a 14-3-5 from Ian Sandoval and a 14 from Amari Sewell. Here is Garrett Schooley. He is tied for first with his teammate, Amari Sewell, nationally, with a 14-4-5, high score in the country so far this season.
We were told he's doing a triple full, which is one of the hardest vaults out there. Wow. And that was great. And then he almost stuck the landing, small hop back, right down the middle. Really explosive height. That was a great vault from Garrett Schooley. And so you'll see right here, it's 1, 2 twists, 3 twists. Really, really impressive.
Man, that left ankle just about buckled on him there at the end. Fortunate to stick it and not have that ankle go. Still waiting on the score. Tash Haidu for Oklahoma, but good start on the rings for the Sooners. Francisco Velez-Melendez is set to go. The freshman from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Tash Haidu scored 13.85 prior to this.
And Francisco's really fun to watch on rings. He is just really, really strong. And does some very impressive strength skills like this one right here. I know he makes them look easy, but I promise you, they are not. This is looking really good so far. And to do that skill that late in the routine, I mean, that just shows you how strong he is. You'll see a lot of other athletes, they'll do that as their first skill to start off, and he's doing it as 5th and 6th in the routine.
How many of them will do it twice?
Not very many. Not many at all. And just the dismount coming up. And that was a great performance. Kind of a big step on that dismount, but I mean, aside from that, I really didn't see too many errors in that routine. It was very nicely done performance from him.
And competing last on vault for Illinois, Sam Phillips.
We'll get the score for Francisco Velez-Melendez. And the anchor here on vault for the Illini is Sam Phillips.
And then right there, that was a double full. So we saw from the other athletes from the Illini, they did a 2.5, a triple full, and then this was a little bit of an easier vault. It was just 2 twists. Which is a little surprising that his landing got a little away from him, just because it is an easier vault. You know, and I know he's capable of adding a half twist to this, upping the difficulty a little bit more. But I think he's just going to be happy with a hit routine right there.
What will be the penalty for the step off the mat there on the landing?
Yeah, so whenever you go out of bounds, it's 1/10 if just 1 foot goes over the line. If both feet go over the line, it's 3/10. So right there, that will deduct him for how big the step was. That was a 3/10 step plus 1/10 for being out of bounds.
Well, we total up the scores after these final 2 competitors get theirs posted. This meet was all tied through 2 rotations. This is rotation number 3. So they were tied at 109.950 coming into this 3rd rotation. We are halfway through this meet, and we are far from deciding who is going to win it. Oklahoma with a very good rings rotation there to kind of continue. They got season highs from Kelton Christensen and Tyler Flores on the pommel horse. On the rings, they got a career high from Matt Burgoyne of 14-1, which is the high score. Until now, it's tied with Francisco Velez-Melendez. So the 2 Sooners have the high water marks on still rings. And Sam Phillips with a 13-1-5. So that the low score for the Illini on vault. We mentioned Illinois was the #1 vault team in the country coming into this. Oklahoma takes a slight lead after that. It is 5/100ths of a point is the advantage for Oklahoma through 3 rotations. Now, Matt, you expected it to be close. Did you think that halfway through it would be 5/100ths of a point close?
No, I did not. I mean, I expected it to be within at least like 1 point at this point in the competition, but to be this close, I mean, we're talking just the slightest of hand movements on parallel bars or a flexed foot. You know, that is all it will take at this point for one team to get over the other, which is pretty crazy.
The vault score for Illinois tonight of 55-75. We mentioned the Illini, the #1 team in the country coming in. Their previous score was 56-95, so they go quite a bit below what their season average or only score was coming in on vault. Actually, once they get Phillips' score up there, it's 55-7. So that is about 1 2/10 of a point lower than what they got last week at the Windy City. So a little bit beneath what they had. Oklahoma on rings, 55-75. That is tied for their high water mark on the season, and it's above their season average by nearly 1 full point. So Oklahoma improved on rings once again tonight.
Yeah, you know, OU, they knew coming into this that this was going to be a really tough competition, you know, and with it being at home, they don't want to be that team that loses that streak, that win streak that's been going on for so many years now. And so I think they've been putting a lot of pressure on themselves coming into this competition, and they're ready to go.
62 consecutive meets, 73 straight opponents that have not been able to beat Oklahoma in this building going back to 2007. The Hall of Fame head coach Mark Williams, 26th year, went into the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame in 2015. 9 national titles that the great Mark Williams has won as head coach at Oklahoma. So routines to watch here on rotation number 4 is Oklahoma. We watched for Arthur Ballone, career-high 14-3, and he won the vault title in his debut against Air Force. You were here for that one. How impressive was he in that debut?
Yeah, I mean, his vault performance was just great. He has a very explosive vault. He's very powerful, and he does a 2.5, and he executes it really well. He twists very cleanly in the air. You know, when you combine all of those things, ends up being pretty good performance.
And you see Sam Phillips, career-high 13-9. It was last week at the Windy City Invitational on the Still Rings. So as we kind of fast forward and peek ahead, Illinois is ranked number 4 in the country on the rings. Their score last week was 54-3. And Oklahoma on vault, well, they are number 2. 56-4 is their average score through their first 2 meets of the year. Midway mark tonight, Oklahoma just barely ahead by 5/100ths of a point. They were tied through 2 rotations. Illinois had a full 1-point lead after the opening rotation. Just kind of catch your breath now and midway through the meet. But there was no real kind of breaking of the ice. Both teams came out red hot tonight, and they haven't let up. That's the cool part about it.
I love competitions like this. You know, it makes them that much more exciting. And you just know how important every single routine really is.
Oklahoma vault rotation begins with Tyler Flores starting things.
And that was a great start for the Sooners on vault. You know, really big, explosive, 2.5, landed right in the center. Had a little bit of some form deductions in the air when he was actually performing the skill, but I mean, aside from that, really impressive vault.
Tyler and his brother Colin, both on this Oklahoma roster. Mountain House, California natives. He's been on the pommel horse, the vault, and the parallel bars in both prior meets. Yeah, smile for the absolutely thumbs up on that start. 13-9-5 the score for Tyler Flores in the leadoff spot for Oklahoma on vault. Logan Myers ready to be first up on the rings. 5th-year competitor out of Morrison, Colorado. Didn't compete due to injury back in 2023. Healthy last year and won 2 event titles. And he is coming off a career-high pommel horse routine, the Windy City Open last week. So I think we may have had a substitution perhaps here on rings. Waiting on the score. Nope, they're going to stay with the lineup. My mistake. He's waiting to get the score for Preston Nye.
And sometimes, you know, people wonder, they get frustrated with the judges because they'll take a long time at times. And it's because there's one judge who's responsible for determining the difficulty value of the routine. Another judge is responsible for the execution value of the routine. And then one judge is responsible for both. Then they have to all kind of talk about and do the math and everything. And with them having to also learn all these new rules with the new code, it's been a bit of a challenge for the judges too. And so just want the fans at home to just kind of understand that when sometimes feels like there's a pause in the meet or feels like they're taking a long time, it's because they're working and trying to figure out what the best thing is.
And as they're doing that, the entire building is staring at the judges' table.
Yeah. He had that stick, it looked like. It just barely got away from him. Good performance from Logan Myers.
So you see, kind of as that routine was beginning, we saw Nye score 13.65. Back to the vault for Arthur Ballone. Tyler Flores just scored a 13.95 for the Sooners.
I mean, and right there, you can see why he won just a couple weeks back. Makes a really difficult vault look really easy. He executes well. Just the tiniest of hops on a landing. Really, really good performance from Arthur Ballone. Here we see it again. You can tell he opened up, trying to see that landing. You know, and 2.5s are difficult because it is a blind landing. You know, you see the ground just before you do that last half turn. And so that's why they're really, really hard to stick.
You mentioned his performance against Air Force. He won the vault title. Was the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Freshman of the Week. We'll get Arthur Ballone's score in just a moment. We'll get back over to the still rings. We saw Hassan Idodu back on the floor exercise. This is his second event of the night.
Really nice Maltese strength position right there. Connected right to it, iron cross. And so far, this routine is looking very good from Hassan. Nice swing work there. You can tell he's having to fight just a little bit on these handstands. Manages to get back on track, though. And luckily he didn't fall, but that will be a very major deduction. I think he took 2 really big steps, which are going to be 3/10 apiece. So that's 6/10 right there, and then probably another 3/10 for low landing. It's almost a full point deduction from that right there.
So Oklahoma finding some momentum on vault. A 13.95 from Tyler Flores and a 14 even from Arthur Ballone. Brigham Frentheway.
Another nice vault completed by the Sooners. They're on a roll tonight.
He's got the crowd into it. Brigham Frentheway, the senior from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
See it here one more time. I mean, just like Arthur Ballone that we just saw, you know, it's really explosive. It's cleanly executed in the air. Just a small hop on the landing, but really, really good performance from Brigham.
He's one of 9 kids in his family. Being on a team is nothing for him.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I was an only kid. 9 is a lot.
Still have not seen Hassan Aidodu's score on the rings. And the final of the 4 regular competitors in the lineup is Sam Phillips. Aidodu scored 13-5. You see, he was just posted.
Nice iron cross to start the routine off. And this is one thing that they actually changed in the code of points this year too, is they actually upgraded the value of the iron cross. And so we'll be seeing more of those this year from a lot of athletes, which is good to see. I feel like when a lot of people think of men's gymnastics, they picture the iron cross. And so I'm glad they upgraded that. Just the dismount. Almost had the stuck landing. Really good performance from Sam Phillips. You know, he's not the strongest guy like we might have seen from some of these other guys competing on rings tonight, but he's really good at executing in a very clean way. So that's a very, very nice performance from Sam. Up next, we got Emery on vault.
Stuck it to wrap it up.
Wow. That was impressive. Man, and his teammates are rightfully hyped up. I mean, he just made that look so easy. Wow. Awesome performance from Emery Dodonley.
It's like, well, what can I say? Not much. Not words to describe that. Excellent from Emery Dodonley. Emery, the Olympian for Turkey. He was born there, moved to Canada as a kid. Needed time to kind of heal up from the Olympics and the rigors of that.
Right.
And then he broke his hand. He was out 4 weeks, so he's not fully what he will be here in 4 or 5 weeks once you get toward the end of the season, but looked pretty good there, didn't he?
Absolutely. I think he'll be your vault champion here tonight.
It looks that way. 14-3-5 is the score posted. Now, this is Ian Sandoval, not part of the 4-up, 4 count for the Illini, but part of his competition in the all-around against his teammate, Sam Phillips. As we said, they're the lone 2 competing in the all-around tonight. Sam Phillips' score on rings, 13-5-5. And Oklahoma now has opened things up a little bit in this meet. They lead by a full 2 points.
Very nice dismount from Ian Sandoval. He's going to be happy with that performance.
So he will add that to his total in the all-around tonight. Emery Dodonley's score that we just saw a moment ago for Oklahoma was a season high on vault. Emery has already won the floor exercise title, and he is going to tie for the vault title tonight. He and Ian Sandoval of Illinois both scored a 13-3-5, so it's a tie for the vault title tonight. Still waiting to look. Sam Phillips with a 13-3-5 there, and your rings title is going to be a tie as well between 2 Sooners. Francisco Velez-Melendez and Matt Burgoyne each had a 14-1, so they tie for the individual event title on rings. And as we said, a tie for the vault between Emery Dodonley of Oklahoma and Ian Sandoval of Illinois. But the more important thing is who leads the meet, and Oklahoma has turned a lead of just 5/100ths of a point to a full 2 points. So they widened the lead by 1.5 points on that rotation, Matt.
Yeah, you know, and I think OU just took that opportunity to capitalize. You know, the Illinois, they did really good when they were on vault. Rings they had a couple errors, you know, which is a little bit surprising just because they were on such a good roll, you know, but they're very strong on both parallel bars and high bar, you know, so they are still very much in this competition, going to be looking to just get back on track. This is, again, I was talking about it a little bit earlier. Back when I was on the team, Mark Williams and the coaching staff, they would always really harp on, hey, stay within yourself. Just because a team is ahead of us or it seems like they're doing better than us does not matter. Just focus on us and what our job is and doing it to the best of your ability. And that's exactly what the Sooners have been doing here tonight, and it's working so far.
Been there, done that for Mark Williams, right? There's never any sense of panic. There's never a over-exaggerated sense of urgency with him. It's just strictly business. So Oklahoma with a score of 56-2 was their overall vault score tonight. I should say their overall vault score tonight. Able to get them into the lead. Illinois on the rings, 54-5 was their score, so slightly below what they did in week number 1. You ever been on one of those ponies? That's Boomer and Sooner that they're bouncing around on.
I can't say I have, but it looks like it'd be fun.
There's some sort of competition. I think Sooner was the winner on that run of the ponies right there. 2 rotations left, and Oklahoma will move to the parallel bars. Illinois will be on the high bar. I think we've had a little shuffling in the lineup that we'll get to here in just a moment, but Oklahoma parallel bars on the season. They sit 4th nationally, season average at 52.7. And on the high bar, the Fighting Illini are 6th. Oklahoma with the lead and going to a couple of events where they are typically pretty strong. The parallel bars and then the high bar, where Oklahoma has been very good for a number of years. Your routines to watch here on rotation 5. Embry Danley, All-American on parallel bars a season ago. And then Tate Costa, he was the high bar champion at the NCAA's a season ago. So we're going to see some eye poppers on this next rotation, Matt.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun rotation to watch, and parallel bars and high bar, in my opinion, are 2 of the most exciting events to watch, just because they do tend to have some of those, especially high bar. They have those high-flying release moves. It's really exciting, and going to be seeing some really impressive gymnastics being done here in just a few minutes.
Oklahoma with a full 2-point lead in this meet overall, with a very strong vault rotation just a few moments ago. And it will be hard to take down Oklahoma with a 2-point lead. It's been impressive, and you don't want to jinx anything, but high level both ways. We have not seen any missed routines. We've seen nobody come off of an apparatus tonight. We've seen just a couple of steps here and there. I think only one competitor has even gone out of bounds.
Right.
I mean, that's how clean it's been for both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, like we've been saying, it's both teams, and every single athlete that's here tonight, they came to play. They are locked in. They're trying to execute to the best of their ability. I mean, and they're fighting for everything.
You think about where these teams might be at the end of the season with just getting some of the athletes healthier. Tate Costa's a guy that will get healthier for Illinois. We're going to see him here in just a bit, but he's a guy that is an all-arounder, could be their best all-arounder, a guy that wants to compete for the United States internationally. And then Oklahoma, no Fuzzy Bennis tonight. I mean, these are a couple of guys that'll factor in once the season opener, or once the season winds down for both these teams.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I think both of those guys, whenever they are fully healthy and fully back, they're going to be instant contributors to their team. And I think they're going to be really big difference makers to their team. And it's going to be exciting to have those guys back later down the road.
We are set to go. Oklahoma on the parallel bars. Tyler Flores, Colin Flores, Tash Haidu, and Embry Danley will be the lineup for the Sooners. And so Tyler Flores is up first. How cool is it to be brother and brother to start the rotation for Oklahoma?
I mean, I think it's great, and I think they're like the 3rd or 4th set of brothers that the Sooners have had, and I think they have a really good bond with one another. I think they bring a lot of great energy to this team, and I think they just feed off of each other. And so far, this routine's looking a little rough from Tyler. It seems like he's been slipping, doesn't have much of a good grip. Just seems like he's a little rattled. Now it looks like he's getting back on track. And double front dismount. There's a little bit of a rough start to that routine for Tyler Flores, which is out of the norm for him. You know, he was struggling on some of these fairly easy skills for him, but manages to get it back and then managed to capitalize at the end and get a stuck landing to kind of make up for some of those errors at the beginning of that routine.
So you mentioned he kind of took a little extra time in that handstand after the early struggle. How long will they theoretically allow you to stay in that position? Because they know you're really just trying to gather yourself, right?
You know, and so I think typically what it is, you know, you can't abuse that. You know, you can't stay up there for 10 seconds or longer in a handstand. But usually judges won't deduct you for that. However, they can deduct you if you're moving your hands at all while you're up there in a handstand.
First up on high bar, Matthew Nguyen made his debut for the Illini last week. Out of Houston, he was homeschooled.
Huge release to get this routine going. Very nice jam to handstand. Gearing up for the dismount. And almost had that stuck landing. Really, really good routine from him. You know, and high bar is another one of those events, kind of like pommel horse, where it's really, really nerve-wracking. You know, and so being that first guy up on your team is so important because you're the momentum starter for your guys. And so really, really good job from him right there, just starting the Illini off on high bar.
Mentioned that the Illini ranked 6th nationally on high bar. Oklahoma is 4th on parallel bars. Have not seen the score as of yet for Tyler Flores as Colin Flores gets set to take his turn. Once again, Oklahoma's lead coming into this 6th rotation was a full 2 points. So a little bit of breathing room, but you don't want to make a mistake that would allow this very good Illinois team to tighten things up.
Right, you know, and that's what I was just about to say is with Tyler Flores, that routine right there, I think he did kind of open that door for the Illini. And then the Illinois, their first routine was pretty well done. And so things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, just a 12.55 for Tyler Flores. That is going to crack the door open a little bit for Illinois. See if they can take advantage.
And so all these little hand movements that you see Colin doing, every single one of those can be a 10th deduction. And so these are all the little things that the judges are looking for throughout this routine. But overall, this is looking very good. He's doing some very, very difficult gymnastics, really tough skills, and doing them quite well. Just a little bit of a bobble there on that handstand, but got back on track. And that's 2 for 2 on stuck landings from the two brothers, Colin and Tyler Flores. Great start for the Sooners.
12.55 from Tyler Flores. We will see about Colin Flores in just a moment. What'd you think, Matt?
Man, I thought that was a great performance from him. Here we see that dismount again. I mean, just huge, huge height. Had plenty of time to open up, see the ground coming to him. Makes the stick really easy.
Next up, Ryan Vanishter-Want, the freshman from Plainfield, Illinois. And he made his debut for Illinois 2 years ago in this building. And he won 5 event titles on high bar a season ago for Illinois.
Huge release right there. He got a little closer to the bar than he would have liked to, but didn't phase him too much. Another big release. Nice one-arm giant. This is a really impressive high bar routine. And that stick just got away from him. Just the tiniest of hops backwards. His teammates looking really excited.
Rightly so.
Yeah, that was great. It was fun to watch.
Ryan Banish there, not the multi-event title winner on High Bar a season ago. Yes, smile for the camera. Folks enjoyed that one. So Oklahoma has seen a 12-6-5 from Tyler Flores, then a 13-6-5 from Colin Flores. Now Tash Haidu.
Oh, and this is actually Matt Burgoyne.
It will be Matt Burgoyne. So Burgoyne subs into the number 3 spot. And Matt Burgoyne won the rings title in a tie with Francisco Velez Melendez and was also good on floor exercise.
Nice giant into a skill that's called a tapelt. And some of these weird names that I'm saying, fans at home might be wondering why these skills have those names. And they're actually named after the gymnast who created it. And so gymnasts can get a skill of their own put into the code of points by competing their own unique skill at an international competition. And so when you hear me saying some of these strange names sometimes, it's just referring and giving credit due to the guys who actually made those skills.
Little hop backward on the dismount there by Matt Burgoyne. Overall, what'd you think of this routine, though?
I mean, I think he's going to be happy with that, and I think the Sooners will be too. You know, he has some little errors he can improve upon, of course, but no major errors throughout that routine. Sooners were just looking for another solid hit performance, and that's exactly what they got from Matt Burgoyne right there.
So Matt Burgoyne in the 3rd event for him tonight. I mentioned he's going to be an individual event winner, tying on the rings with his teammate Francisco Velez Melendez. Ready for Logan Myers. Still haven't yet seen the score posted for Ryan Banish there, not. Waiting to see that one come in. It's one of those moments where it's not necessarily fun or easy to be a judge. Everyone looking their direction, and as more and more people wonder about the delay, even more eyeballs head toward the judges' table.
You know, and sometimes they're kind of arguing or debating, you know, because sometimes one judge might think it was a 1/10 deduction, whereas one judge thinks it's a 3/10 deduction, you know, and so then they kind of argue it out, debate it a little bit, and so sometimes that can explain why they're taking a while too. Really nice laid out to Tkachev. And then there's a straddled one. Right there, that's what's known as a Takamoto full. You'd like to see him end up in a little bit more of a handstand. Same with that right there. And gearing up for the dismount. You can tell these Illinois guys, they're really wanting that stuck landing. It keeps just barely getting away from each and every one of them.
So a 13.35 and a 13.25 preceding Logan Myers there. Sam Phillips will be the final competitor on high bar for the Illini. Right now, the final Sooner on parallel bars is Emery Dodanley. He's already won 2 individual event titles tonight.
And so far, this routine's looking really nice from Emery. Some really impressive swing work that he's doing here. And huge dismount. Double front with a half turn. One of the hardest dismounts you can do on parallel bars, and he makes it look really, really easy. Very impressive performance from Emory Donnelly.
Is that going to be his third event title of the night?
Quite possibly, yeah. I think it likely will be.
Just a little bobble there at the end. He's locked in, though, is Emory. You see readying to once again anchor a rotation is Sam Phillips. Still waiting on Logan Myers' score. Sam Phillips will be the fourth of 4. And then Ian Sandoval will also compete on high bar, but that'll be just a part of the all-around. These will be the final points that count for Illinois here. Sam Phillips overall in the all-around, trailing Ian Sandoval by 0.7 of a point entering this 6th rotation.
And it's going to be interesting to see how the all-around competition kind of pans out between those two. Just because, like you said, Ian does have a 6/10 lead right now, but Sam is very, very good on high bar. So it'll be interesting to see how it ends up. Really nice one-arm giant work there from Sam Phillips. He has really good angles. And it's an insanely difficult release move that he just did right there. And again, another one. It's really impressive.
And a stick for Sam Phillips.
And that's the stuck landing that the Illini have been looking for. He is rightfully very excited with that performance. Great routine from Sam Phillips.
Sam I am. And he is the anchor. We will see Ian Sandoval as part of his competition against Sam Phillips in the all-around tonight. 5th-year competitor transferred from Nebraska 2 years ago. This is an Emory Award finalist in 2024. And his win at the Windy City Open in the all-around got him into Winter Cup here in about 3 weeks. So he'll compete there along with many of the others that we see tonight. Oklahoma's overall score 52-9 on the parallel bars. So 52-9 is slightly higher than their season average, but lower than their season high. There is the head coach of the Sooners, Mark Williams, the Hall of Famer. This young team, just a good mix of guys. He's smiling. Just enjoying being around the guys. And yeah, there's a nice hug. That's going to help. Do you remember him smiling and being that much fun when you were competing, Matt?
It doesn't happen too often,
yeah.
You know? The smiles were usually saved for after the competition.
So here's Sandoval.
And Sam Phillips' score just came in on high bar, a huge 13.85.
.1385 ranks as the high score so far on the high bar, and will help him in that all-around competition with Sandoval.
That was a good save right there from Ian Sandoval. It got a little caught up with himself, but managed to save it. And good routine from him. Now he's going to be happy with that.
So he needs to have better than a 13-1 to maintain his advantage in the all-around over Sam Phillips. We are 5 rotations in.
Most exciting event in men's gymnastics, and this event showcases 1, a flight release skill, 2, a giant swing or turning skill, 3,
Oklahoma's advantage is 1 6/10 of a point through 5 rotations. So that is what Ian Sandoval and the rest of the Illini will have to try to overcome here in the final rotation. But it was the Sooners really, to me, they kind of got it going on pommel horse tonight. And not necessarily expected there, but season highs from Kelton Christensen and Tyler Flores to start that rotation. They were trailing by a full point after the first rotation, and they kind of corrected things with what they did on pommel horse.
Right. You know, I think, again, the Sooners just understood that, hey, we really need to show up tonight. We really need momentum on our side, you know, and just one routine after the other after the other. They have been doing their job, and they are doing a very, very good job.
But a very solid high bar rotation from the Fighting Illini. They actually shaved 4/10 of a point off of Oklahoma's lead. Sooners led by 2 full points going into that rotation. The lead is now 1 6/10 as we hit rotation number 6. So it will be Oklahoma competing on the high bar. The home crowd gets to get into it on the final rotation of the night. Brandon Zepeda, fourth, and Brigham Frenthaway, Kelton Christensen, Emery Dodanley will be the Sooner lineup on high bar. Connor Miklos, Matt Wynn, Ian Sandoval, and Sam Phillips will be on the parallel bars for the Illini. You look at the overall team scores. Oklahoma on high bar has the 3rd highest national average, and on the parallel bars, Daniel Ribeiro's Fighting Illini are ranked 8th national. What a good job he has done. See, he was an Illinois graduate, 2011, 2-time national champion on the pommel horse, and then he was on the staff for 11 years under Justin Spring before taking over as head coach 3 years ago. You know, the other thing that they have done is they have brought Connor McCool onto the staff, 3-time All-American, and Connor McCool is a guy that Daniel Ribeiro said is an absolute legend, so the kids can really relate to him. And really nice to have former athletes from your program. Mark Williams has done such a great job with that. And most recently, Mark Williams putting Genki Suzuki on staff at Oklahoma. Genki's been about 3 years on staff, but great staff with Valery Goncharov and Josh Yee, who's another former Oklahoma All-American. Keep it in the family, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they got to, you know, compete for OU for 4 or 5 years, and I know it means a whole lot to them, you know, and it's a big honor, I think, for them to be coaches.
The twister competition here in between rotations. Careful. Crowd has been into it from the get-go. Had a long line outside McCaslin Fieldhouse, probably 2 hours before the event began when we arrived. Filing in best crowd of the year so far. And they've been treated to some high-level gymnastics. No missed routines by either side so far. And the 4-up, 4 count, it does several things. We alluded to it, and both head coaches talked about it. One thing is, it puts a little more onus on the routines that you see each and every night. You can't make a mistake. Right. You make a mistake, that is 1/4 of your team's total on the rotation. But with roster sizes a little more limited these days, and of course funding can be an issue for certain schools as well, you don't have to have as big of a roster when you don't need as many gymnasts to compete, Matt.
Yeah, you know, so now they just have to travel 12 guys whenever they come to these competitions instead of 15, you know, and so that helps out a little bit with the budgets and everything. And then also, I think by doing this 4-up, 4 count helps just kind of increase the parity between teams. You know, a lot of times in years past, we would see teams get beat by, you know, 20, 30 points. And so by taking away one routine on each event, it should ideally help reduce that disparity that there has been in years past. And so I think this could be potentially a very good addition, good change for the sport.
See the routines to watch as we hit the final rotation. Kelton Christensen of Oklahoma and Ian Sandoval. Sandoval hoping to try to bring his team back and also hold off his teammate Sam Phillips in the all-around competition. But this is an event that Oklahoma has excelled on, and you think about all of the consecutive competitions, unbeaten in 73 straight meetings with other teams, 62 consecutive meets, and all of them wrapping up on high bar. So many times, maybe Oklahoma has been behind in some of those meets, just able to take it home time and time again. Why have they been so good in this building on this final rotation, Matt?
I mean, I think a lot of it just stems from the leadership of like the older guys on the team. You know, they've been in this situation a bunch of times before, and I think they kind of share their thinking process and what goes through their head before routines. And I think they've helped out a lot with just getting these younger guys on board with it, and just getting everybody on the same page and kind of understanding the culture of what it means to be a Oklahoma Sooner.
Just about set for this final rotation. Oklahoma leading by not a slim margin. This has been about how it has been between these teams over the last 4 meets. They have split the last 4, 2 apiece, and the average margin of victory has been 1 point. Oklahoma leads by 1.5 points headed into this final rotation. They actually added 1/10 of a point to a score for a Fighting Illini participant just a moment ago. So it's gone from 1 6/10 to 1.5 points. Connor Miklos up first on the parallel bars.
And so far, really good performance from him on this event. Had to fight just a little bit on that skill right there, but manages to save it. Not too much problem. That's a shame. That was a really, really good parallel bar routine. Just until that dismount, you know, I think he really wanted to get that stuck landing, but unfortunately kicked out a little bit too soon. You can see right there, just opened a little too early, and that landing got away from him.
Connor Miklos out of Chesapeake, Virginia, set his career high on parallel bars at the Big Ten Championships last year. Brandon Cepeda-Orth, the Sooner freshman, first up on high bar.
And he's very fun to watch on this event. He's very clean, executes well, and then has some really big release moves, like right here. Here comes another one. Really well done. This routine is looking fantastic. Just the dismount. Can he get a stick? Ah, so close.
Well, the last time he competed on high bar in this building, he was the winner against Air Force in the initial meet of the year. The judges will tell us whether or not he has done it again.
And right there, we see that dismount again. It's 2 twists and 2 flips, laid out position. You could tell he saw that ground. He wanted that stick. Just got away from him.
Matthew Wynn set to go for the Fighting Illini on the parallel bars. Waiting for the score to roll in for Connor Miklos.
Nice peach to handstand to start the routine off. Ooh, that's a tricky skill right there. He's doing some very difficult skills on this event. Nice Healy twirl right there. Big double front dismount. Small hop forward on the landing, but really, really good performance from Matt Wynn right there.
He hopped from one mat to another.
Yeah.
Right there to that one.
Had to kind of hop sideways a little bit so he didn't land on the wood.
Yeah, it's like that Frogger video game where you're
Right.
too young for Frogger.
I've played it.
Connor Miklos had a 12.8. Brandon Zepeda-Orth, a 13.65, leading off for Oklahoma on high bar. So you just kind of keep an eye on where the scores are, in Oklahoma theoretically increasing the lead after the first two competitors that we have seen on these respective rotations. Brigham Frentheway.
Really,
13.65, by the way, is a career high for Zepeda-Orth on high bar.
really impresses me how far Brigham has come on this event. You know, compared to his freshman year to now, I mean, he's put in some really difficult skills, some big upgrades, like that right there. And he does it really, really well. It's very impressive. Nicely done, straddled Tkachev right there. And this is looking good. His angles are really, really nice. He's hitting his handstands. Let's see if he can get the stick. Sooners are looking for it. So close. Another great performance from the Sooners. And they're just on a roll here tonight.
Brigham Frentheway, once a walk-on who's just gotten bigger and better throughout his Oklahoma career. We move to Ian Sandoval now.
And he's had a great day so far today.
Sandoval tied for the event title on the vault. He was in position to win the all-around.
That was his first real major error of the day right there. Seems like he's back on track now, though. Wow. Man, and that's a shame that he had that error in the middle of that routine, because I mean, outside of that, everything looked great. You know, and I know he's going to be shaking his head, be a little disappointed after that one, but man, to bounce back after a mistake like that, still get a nice stuck landing for his team, minimize the deductions. Really, really good performance from Ian.
Going into this final event, Sam Phillips led Sandoval by 4.5 of a point in the all-around competition. Back to the high bar. Oklahoma closing this meet up in style. Still haven't seen Brigham Frentheway's score as of yet, but Brandon Zepeda-Orth started with a 13.65. Kelton Christensen ready to roll. Was second on high bar at the Rocky Mountain Open. Missed the Air Force meet with a minor injury and came back the Rocky Mountain Open. And he's another former walk-on who's gone to a scholarship guy.
And Kelton's very fun to watch on this event. He's another one of those guys that's just really, really clean, executes great, and does really hard skills like that. Again, kind of like what I was mentioning with Brigham doing well with hitting his angles and everything and hitting those handstands. Kelton is doing the exact same thing. Another big release right there. This is looking really good from Kelton. I know he's going to want to get this stuck landing for his team. Can he do it?
There it is.
There we go. What an awesome performance from Kelton Christensen right there. Here we go, seeing the dismount one more time. Huge 2 twists, 2 flips, and just stuck cold. That was great. Coach is hyped up, teammates are hyped up. Great performance from Kelton.
Kelton Christensen continuing a strong high bar final rotation for the Oklahoma Sooners, trying to take home this meet win. And now the final competitor of the night for the Fighting Illini will be Sam Phillips. He's also trying to win the all-around tonight. Ian Sandoval, prior to him, scored a 12.75.
And I think Sam is more than capable of taking away this all-around title here tonight. Just comes down to this last routine. Really difficult skill right there. Done quite well. We got release move on P-bars. Haven't really seen any of those tonight. Big double pike, small hop, but man, great performance from Sam Phillips. And he had a great just performance as a whole today in the all-around.
That he did.
Here we see that release move again. It's a front flip with your legs straddled. And then a big double pike dismount to finish it up.
Two-time All-American, Sam Phillips. High bar and 8th in the all-around last season nationally. He's ranked 3rd this year. He's going to win the all-around title tonight. And the final competitor of the night will be Emory Dodanley. Already 2 individual event titles on the night. Can he wrap it up with a win on high bar?
I tell you what, Kelton Christensen's making it really tough to take this high bar title. He got a 14.4. Emory's capable of beating that, but he'll have to be pretty close to perfect. And so far, so good. Huge release moves. Just really impressive high bar work here from Emory. It's going to be interesting to see who takes the high bar title. I think if Emory sticks this, it's going to be really close. Oh. And he almost got it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who runs away with it.
What a capper from Emory Dodanley.
Right there, I mean, it's just so impressive. 2 flips over the bar with a full twist.
He'll have to beat a season-high 14.4 from Kelton Christensen. But what we do know is that Oklahoma has won this meet, punctuated by that routine from Emory Dodanley. The Sooners trailed after the opening rotation tonight. We were all tied 2 rotations in. But Oklahoma took the lead in rotation 3. They led by a full 2 points, headed into the 5th rotation, and they're going to comfortably win this one here tonight. We'll get Emory Dodanley's score, but Matt Winsky, impressive was Oklahoma. And as we talked about, they were behind after 1 rotation, and the pommel horse hasn't been their strongest event this year. They were very good tonight. Kelton Christensen and Tyler Flores got it started with season highs, and that turned the tables for the Sooners early this evening. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. And I mean, the guys were just, they seemed locked in the whole night. You could tell they were like feeding off of one another. You know, once one good routine would happen, the next one just, it's almost like they knew it was going to be good after that. Just feeding off each other's energy, and it's why we call it Sooner Magic.
So Kelton Christensen's score was a 14.35, a career high. We'll see if Emory Dodanley betters that. We'll get his score in just a moment. The all-around competition is final. It has been wrapped up, and your winner will be Sam Phillips. He had a great high bar routine tonight that was able to separate him from his teammate Ian Sandoval. And Emory Dodanley, 14.200, second high score on high bar. Kelton Christensen is going to take that title for the Sooners tonight. And your parallel bars winner will be Colin Flores. Let's take a look at all of our individual event winners. You see the final meet score. Oklahoma ends up winning by 5 2/10. We started the night with Emory Dodanley. This routine of 14.05 on the floor exercise got him the win, Matt.
You know, and you can see here just with how good his tumbling is. He does these very explosive passes, really high difficulty.
A strong 14-5 for Brandon Dang, the #1 pommel horse guy in the country and the Big Ten pommel horse champion of a season ago.
And that routine was just so fun to watch earlier tonight. So impressive.
Two Sooners tie for the rings title, a 14-1 for both Matt Burgoyne and Francisco Velez-Melendez.
Yeah, both of these guys looked great on rings tonight. Had some really tough strength skills being done and just executed well.
That's a 14-3-5 for Emerito Danley, giving him his second individual event title of the night there on vault. Parallel bars, you see Colin Flores. He was second up. That's a 13-6-5.
Yeah, and this was a great performance from him, and props to him for bringing the energy back to his team after his brother had a little bit of a mess up right before him. And then here we got Kelton Christensen's performance on high bar, which was just so pretty to watch. You know, he executes so well, does some extremely high-level gymnastics, and you can see right there why he won the title.
Kelton Christensen, the high bar title. So the Sooners were able to take 5 out of the 6 individual events, and only 2 Illini competing in the all-around. That one by Sam Phillips. Oklahoma's overall score of 330.700 is the highest team score in the country so far this year. Let's kind of work back through some of these. We talked about floor exercise, but it was floor of Oklahoma versus pommel horse of Illinois. The Illini had a 1-point lead, and then that pommel horse score. I know it's not the highest score of the night, but it seemed like it marked a turning point.
Oh, I definitely think it did, you know, and I think it just kind of proved to the Sooners that, hey, we can do this, you know, and it just got the momentum going, and the rest was history after that.
So for the Oklahoma Sooners, it is unbeaten in 74 straight and 63 consecutive meets at McCaslin Fieldhouse. Second-ranked Sooners are victorious once again tonight. For Matt Wensky, I'm Chad McKee saying so long from McCaslin Fieldhouse in Norman, where the final score is Oklahoma 330.7, Illinois 325.5. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Domino's Specialty Chicken. 4 tasty topping combos loaded on tender, juicy chicken. It kind of makes us wonder why we don't call it loaded chicken. Well, okay, now we do. Domino's Loaded Chicken. Specialty chicken is now Domino's Loaded Chicken.
I request a colon cancer screening kit from Cologuard.com. And if I'm eligible, it gets delivered to my drawbridge. Aces.
Cologuard is for people 45 plus at average risk, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Request a Cologuard kit online.
We are tomato obsessed, especially around here in our office.
We wake up every morning thinking about tomatoes. We think about tomatoes during the day, and we go to bed thinking about tomatoes.
Ketchup, in my opinion, it's the epitome of where art meets science. The detail and the design to put out that perfect product. Ketchup nerds, absolutely.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now.
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. Expired. Expired.
Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Joni's here.
For bundling made easy, get more with Geico.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play. Hey, little help? And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I give them a ride?
Yeah. The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.